drive the country.
You can give these young players proper jerseys. You can give them shorts, you can give them socks. You can give them the best boots in the world. You just can't give them what comes naturally.
Anyone see my boot?
HP makes a bacon sandwich.
To the land of milk and honey, where mating and dating never tasted so good. The long-awaited return to 4 of the award-winning Sex and the City, containing strong language.
The elitist type mods certainly frown on us. They don't really like the idea of what we do to our scooters, but at the end of the day, that's us. You either love us or hate us. We ain't going to change for anybody.
I actually bought my first scooter, I think it was on my 25th birthday. That was in 1959. I was looking around for something to sort of get about on. I could never really afford a car, so I was looking around and I saw these scooter things, and I thought, that's for me.
I think it's special to have a custom scooter because it shows your individuality. It's you. No one else has created it. You haven't been in a shop and bought it. You've built something that is what you wanted. You designed it. You know every inch of the damn thing. It would take an awful lot for me to part with this bike.
This is my Prozac thing. It's virtually the best legal drug you can buy, basically. I'd say out of all the bikes I've built, this is probably the one that I've managed to get the shape I actually wanted.
A lot of people don't like the fact that we cut down nice old original Italian scooters, paint them matte black, put bike forks in them, but at the end of the day...
We never cut down a scooter that didn't need cutting down, basically.
That's my one. This is mine, but I've just recently bought it. It's one of Kev's efforts, but as Kev is Kev, he gets bored with them and just goes on a new project.
It's got Kev's trademark.
It's got Kev's trademark on it all over it. I mean, all this work here, this isn't normally on the frame. It's quite exciting to ride, as I've only done about 12 miles on it. nearly come off it. This one's quite a comfortable ride, basically, because it's got about 5mm of padding on the seat. For those with fat asses, it's all right, like me, but I mean, you get someone who's got no arse, like Steve over there, look, he finds it really uncomfortable. I mean, these cost a few £100 probably.
Well, sort of evolve over the years, don't
50 pence.
£2.50.
Yeah, I mean, they've all evolved over years and years of just bits of other people's bikes, more or less. Yeah. I mean, it's all beg, steal and borrow from anyone else. That scooter there, that's ripe. Now that's at its time as a full frame scooter, and that needs. Is that yours, Kev? You just acquired it, mate.
That's
Oh, is it? Yeah. See, that's living out its final lives basically as a.
It's done over 40,000 miles now. The frame's just about at it. The motor needs a rebuild.
Well, you know it, we'll start slimming down. Go on a diet.
Before you know it, start dropping a few pounds.
Start losing bits off it.
How long you had that, mate?
That? What, like that?
Doorstep one more.
Yeah, about 6 months. It's been written off once. That's why I had to put the songs on there, look.
I told you not to cut them down.
She said I could borrow them as long as I didn't cut them down, so I cut them down and paint them black.
Had to be done, really.
It's chromes for mods. Yeah, it's a bit of a survival bike. It's a wonder it still survived on the road. Only got 2 gears, first and fourth. It's my baby and I love it.
It's a pig.
It is a pig.
All my working life I've always been in engineering. This is a typical sort of workshop of someone who dabbles in these something like this. Everything's sort of cluttered up. Hopefully you think I have problems working in here, but it's how I've always sort of worked on a little bit of a clutter. Every so often I do have a blitz and clear things up. I mean, there's a little box of bits here, which, as you can see, it's got Cento on it, which is for a Cento scooter. A brake pedal, and it's all parts of, like, there's a petrol tank to go into this one, which is, I mean, as you can see, I paid £3 for that. See, that's another part for there, which goes that part which goes onto there, which is what they call the horn casting. All these things, although they look rusty, you can put a deruster on them and spray them on. No one will know the difference. What else? You get a pair of forks, which is probably going to go into that one. You've got your dampers there again with your forks, with your springs up inside there. Say, it looks a load of rubbish, but stripping it off with all paint and clean it all up, it look as good as new. It's all rubbish to some people. It's a load of scrap, sort of rubbishy things, but to other people, it's all part of a scooter. I often thought to myself, why have I never got married? Well, I don't know. I don't really know. I suppose I've been married to my scooters, but I mean, I've got four sisters. I'm the only boy, and they've never, strange everything, they've never been on to me. It's about time you got married. They've sort of just accepted me for what I am. I mean, I've never really had a serious girlfriend. No, I've got nothing against the girls. I've got, you know, it's just never happened. I mean, there's lots of people in life. Things don't happen. You know, it's just what happens. I mean, I'm quite happy as I am. But who knows? Who knows? I might find a young lady or something to get married. But at the moment, I'm quite happy as I am. But all my friends are virtually scooterists, and I haven't really got many friends outside the scootering scene. Only like the family. I've got 12 scooters. I think it's 12. I mean, last count, but most of them are in pieces in me sort of shed in the garden, which now I'm sort of semi-retired. My idea is to sort of fully restore them all.
I keep seeing you, but I keep missing you. Oh, right.
This is my old scooter I bought new in 1961, and I took it off the road about 72, 73, but prior to that I've done at least 100,000 miles on this old girl, and I thought it's about time I got it restored. And as you can see, I'm slowly doing it. Whether it's the right place to sort of restore one in your lounge, but I haven't got the little woman nagging me, you can't do it here, so consequently I've decided to do it in my lounge here.
I had a break from scooters for 33 years. All I was doing was working. Now, I suppose, reliving the youth. Your youth went past so quickly. You didn't appreciate it. It was just 100 miles an hour. That era. It was crazy. I was a mod. Yeah. I just liked the way they dressed. I just thought they had style as opposed to rockers that were sort of all leather smothered in grease. I don't like being dirty. I bought my first suit from Burton's for 12 quid. I went to a youth club, and with this suit on with a box jacket, Chelsea boots as you used to have in those days. I walked in and I felt like King Kong in my 12 quid suit. It was fantastic. If a group of mods in the 60s had seen something like this, I don't think they would have liked it at all. It would not be what it was then. It was whilst everyone was proud of their bikes, it was nothing like this. They'd almost reject something like this.
In the 60s, you didn't see scooters like this. I mean, this isn't done as a 60s scooter. I did this to try and win a competition that I went in for, which I did win. But this isn't really what a 60s scooter was. I mean, all the lights and the mirrors and all the rest of it, but this scooter used to be white. You know, and we redid it like this.
The name Hardy Rideables came about as a chance remark by Steve's dad. Steve and Simon, another club member, were building a Lambretta shop. Steve's dad come out. Steve said, "What do you think of my Harley Davidson, Dad?" And Steve's dad basically turned around and said, "Looks more Hardy Rideable to me." And that was it. Kind of like a catchphrase was born, really.
We're not bikers, we're scooterists. All the time we've been riding scooters, most of us have been following the trends and the music that go with scooters.
We look how we look purely out of practicality. You don't mind getting oil on a pair of Combats. You would if you had 80 quid jeans on. You don't mind wearing Dr. Martens because they keep your feet dry. They give you some ankle protection if you fall off. Doesn't matter how fast you're going, if you fall off a bike and you've got a pair of jeans on, it's going to hurt. Leathers will give you that bit of initial protection when you start sliding down the road on your bum. I think Verena plays a very major part in Hardy Rideables in as much that she has to put up with
you,
me and Reg and Steve out in the garage for hours, cutting bikes down, making loads of noise, walking mud and crap through the house.
Dirty handprints.
Every light switch in the house is surrounded by fingerprints.
Scooter parts in all rooms.
Using all the toilet roll. Well, half of those are yours.
Very true. I'd say Bria brings a little bit of sanity into the Hardy Rideables. She tends to help us keep things into perspective, don't you agree?
I just slap the odd bottom, don't I? Known each other for a long time now. They're all cuddly people, really.
You cook, we eat.
Yeah.
She's a club.
Does a mean curry.
There's absolutely nothing that any one of us here can do to a scooter that Brina can't do to her own scooter. She's very, very, very technical minded. I don't pretend to be the greatest scooter builder in the world, but when I get stuck, it can be a bit embarrassing. When your wife comes out and says, well, why not try plugging that wire in there, and everything works perfectly. And I've been out there for 5 hours trying to figure it out.
I got out of going to rallies for a couple of years, and when I come back to like the scooter scene in '93, I was desperate to find someone to ride to a rally with, and I rang up loads of people. There was nobody going that I knew, so I got in contact with someone and said, "Oh, come up with the jailbirds," and we went to Margate, and that's when I first saw the first Hardly Rideable, and it was like, I've got to have one. I've got to have one. It really sparked my interest in scooters again, you know, and building something different. I just had to have one.
It's still a scooter because it's still got small wheels. And a scooter engine. It's quite comfortable, actually, once you go in.
Need long gangly legs and
need long
gangly
legs
arms.
and long arms. Your arse is a bit close to the ground. If you've got stumpy legs, you won't be able to change gear. And it does get a bit concerning when you're going past an Arctic or something, because your head's by the wheels. The turning circle on it is not an awful lot at all. So you can't do 3-point turns, you have to do like 23-point turns.
The club's got a couple of sort of like mottos, sayings. One of them, the best known one, is probably cut it down, paint it black.
Miller come up with a new one, because unfortunately we all like Star Trek. Restoration is futile. Chrome don't get you home. Matte black gets you back.
And the best place for chrome's in the bathroom.
Your first scooter is your first love, I think. Places I've been on this, it's mind-boggling to what I've done and what I've done on it. So it'd be real great to jump on it again, bring back some happy memories. The countries I've visited, I think, have been Holland, Belgium, Germany, Austria, Italy, Switzerland, France. Oh, and Luxembourg. Last time I believe I rode this scooter, I can't do it an actual year, but I know it was in the early 70s, about 71, 72, when I decided to restore it. This one was my pride and joy, but it was I bought new in 61. I've done in excess of 100,000 miles on this. I've got 2 or 3 more days to get it ready to go to the Isle of Wight. But hopefully, before the day's out, I'm hoping to have the engine running. All the signs are good that it should start. I think the money I spent on restoring the scooter, probably about £400 or £500. To restore a scooter, you've got to pay more for the bits and pieces than what the scooter was the value in them days. But the value of it now will probably be in excess of £2,000. One of the biggest events of the calendar year is the Isle of Wight Scooter Rally, which happens on the August Bank Holiday weekend. It's basically Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, on to Monday morning. I'll definitely be going there this year. People do make a week's holiday of it.
Friday the 13th, the club's having a bit of a get-together, which has been billed as a matte black Friday the 13th, for obvious reasons. We've got some DJs coming down. We've hired a club in Camberley. Whether the night goes well or bad, as far as other people are concerned, we're going to have a good time.
Echoes running around my head. ride. This time is yours. Coca-Cola, enjoy.
While some people melt, Mondeo people enjoy air conditioning as standard. One more reason why 2.2 million families trust Mondeo.
Hello. This is Kingsmill deliciously different tasty heel mule. I said
Hold,
heel.
sorry.
That's mine. This is Kingsmill deliberately difficult. Those are yours and these are mine. No. No, these are mine. Beautiful. Oh, man. Malty, soft.
We might need some more sandwiches. This is Kingsmill. Definitely differing... Just say the end line.
Fresh thinking.
From Kingsmill.
Mill.
Kingsmill. Fingers.
Kingsmill, deliciously different, tasty wholemeal.
Tic-tac, tic-tac, tac. Tic-tac. Tic-tac, tic-tac.
Phoenix, new from Lynx.
How much did you pay for your CD? What? The CD, how much was it? I don't know, about 15 quid. I got mine for £9.99.
ShopSmart.com compares book, video and CD prices from an incredible range of online shops so you choose the right deal. ShopSmart.com. Stupid not to.
Hey, baby, coming my way?
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. Love is in the air. Toi, si Dieu ne t'avait modelé, il m'aurait fallu te créer pour donner à ma vie sa raison d'exister. Toi qui es ma joie et mon tourment, tantôt femme et tantôt enfant, tu offres à mon cœur chaque jour tous les visages.
Let's get a snippet back.
I'm excited, anxious, dubious, and basically shitting myself because there's a lot of money riding on this. And plus, if we don't get the money back tonight, there's no way I'm going to the Isle of Wight.
What's going to happen tonight, Neil?
I've not got a clue. I should be initiated.
Suspect is someone that wants to join our club, and if we think he's worthy of joining the club, we will actually let him in, depending on the public humiliation that this man could suffer. If he can go through the initiation test, and then it is whether or not he will join the club, depending on 4 members plus me. Tonight depends on whether
I'm wearing clean underpants.
whether we can decide, me and 4 other members, whether he's worthy of wearing the T-shirt, which will entail
degradation of my personal character.
Yeah, could be total nudity.
You ain't getting that, that's a certainty.
It
could be Dance of the Flaming Arseholes, which involves newspapers shoved up his arse and set light to. Yeah, total humiliation, probably on stage after the band. And there's a T-shirt waiting in the kiosk actually for this man. It all actually depends on the rest of the club.
I'll eat moths because there's a fucking enough of them.
The rest of the club.
This bike started originally, it was imported from Italy, not in very good condition. I bought it off a guy called Steve from Harrow Hill. We completely restored it, and I wanted it white, which is what 160 GSs were originally, and we you know, put all the mod bits and pieces on it. And I went to a show, entered it for Best Mod Scooter, and to my disappointment, I didn't win the prize.
The dude is going, we've got bikers turned up from Bournemouth, Hell and a Budgie, Birmingham. We made our money back, and that's all that we care about. We don't care, we're not breadheads, we ain't into making a vast fortune. We don't care about making a profit. What we care about is getting people in here to have a good time.
Initiation going on here for the Hartley Rideables. It's initiation time, folks.
Can we have this is the new prospect for the
Are you ready?
trousers down, please.
Trousers down.
Just bear with us, folks.
Just bear with us for a second. Thank you very much.
Round your knees. Round your knees.
Down your knees. Go on.
On your knees.
Go on your knees. Come on.
When he's struggling, we've got a big chair,
When
yeah, everybody give him a big chair.
Come on. Ready? Put a block in your own time, Andy.
No, you ain't going to get that.
Come on, you don't know what's in it.
In one.
2, 3,
Do it.
4, 5, 6. Oh! Get him out here! He's a Hartley Rideable!
That pint contains piss, cystitis, pubic hair, arse chippings.
Gone over here.
My piss may be nice, but my hemorrhoid cream's not. Jets!
Tell us the story of when you travelled to Rome with the Scooter Club.
On this trip to Rome, we actually got the old Pope to come out and bless the scooters. My scooter wouldn't start, which was unusual. It's always been a quite reliable one. And by the time I sussed out what it was and put a new plug or something in, I got going. I eventually found where else to speed the square, but as you went out driving en masse, you couldn't sort of see. I couldn't sort of get into where all the scooters were, and I didn't even see them. So consequently, my poor old scooter never got blessed.
Can someone justify spending so much money on a scooter? Is a difficult question. You might class it as wasting money. it gave me an awful lot of pleasure doing this bike. And other people entertain themselves in other ways. They I don't know, might go on a holiday or do whatever. This gave me one hell of a lot of pleasure to do this bike, and it was therapeutic and you know, relaxing and everything. It was a joy to do. I love a challenge. I love a challenge. I love something to go for, and you know, because I was new into the scooter era of today. When I went to this first show and saw some of the lovely scooters, I couldn't believe it. You know, some of the artwork and designs and engraving and everything. They are literally out of this world, and I was shocked. I thought, my God, I didn't know these existed. I could be, you know, riding around in a fair little car for what this has cost me, but a little car wouldn't have given me as much satisfaction as this has. Gary from Spray Point in Southend, I had this idea about the Union Jack and just letting it flow over the bike, and took the panels down to him, and he spent all this time painting it. We then got it back and reassembled it, and lo and behold, the year had gone by and away we go to the show again. And I was so damn nervous, it was unreal, because there's all these absolute superb scooters in there. They really were something else. And I was thinking, Christ, if I don't win this. And it seemed to go on forever, and then the judging came and they did it third, you know, second, and then all of a sudden they said, oh, the best mod scooter is Flag, which is the name they gave this bike. It was Scooter Magazine that called it Flag. I didn't know what to call it. And I was absolutely elated. I phoned my wife.